stuck for a second. Okay, I am looking for... Where is it at? Edited... It's gotta be in there. Hey guys, what's up? I'm sleepy. I'm trying to look for something. I wish there was an easy way to look up something on Patreon. Oh, my eyeballs are going crazy because I'm scrolling through all of this stuff. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 8, 1, 7. Euphoria. Oh! I wonder if I never did. Huh. Hey, what's up, Shania? Well, I have. Oh, you know what? I remember what I did. That's because... Oh, see, I knew there was a reason. I didn't do edited versions of that show. I stopped doing versions after second or third one, but this link for the unedited 6th episode. If you need anyone, please let me know. There we go. All right, sorry, I was trying to find something. The Legend of Vox Machina. I think not only you, but like other people were telling me that as well. You guys can hear me, right? I just want to make sure. I'll test it. Hold on. Ooh, gotta love those ads. I'm tired. It just kind of hit me all of a sudden. I was laying on the couch for a while, so that's probably what it was. I think so. Yep, okay. You can. I was messing around with the audio stuff a couple days ago, so I was like, I wonder if this is gonna mess up anything with my stream, but it didn't, so that's good. Ooh, I just cut my nails this morning, and trying to open up a can when you have no nails. You try to like use your actual fingers instead of the nails, but it doesn't really work. I'm new to this channel. Well, hello, Gavin. I don't know why my voice just went up like an octave with your name. I recommend Kung Fu. It's a CW show. Huh. I haven't heard of it. I have a couple of things that are coming up that I'm gonna do in like all of April's taken care of, but I need something, and I'm doing something at the end of May, so I need something like the beginning to mid-May. Ooh, that was weird. Anatomy of a Scandal is a new Netflix miniseries. Huh. What's that about? Oh my gosh, I did see, because I've been watching Stranger Things. I'm already on season 3. The last time I streamed, I was like, I'm not quite done with season 1 yet. I'll get that done by this weekend. And then I watched the rest of season 1, and then basically all of season 2. I actually finished the finale of season 2 earlier today, and then now I'm halfway through the second episode of season 3. But wait, where was I going with this? I was gonna say something, excuse me. I saw on Netflix that they have a, one of those documentaries about John Wayne Gacy. So, yeah, that looks pretty cool. I say I like them, but I never end up actually watching them. Just because, like, I think, because I have my degree in criminal justice, so I learned all about all of those, like, I think in every documentary that Netflix has, like, I've seen, like, I know all of, like, their stuff from when I was in college. So, I don't know. Looks cool, though. The only things I can think of you already did or are doing. It just means that you and I have, like, the same personality. That's why I like to, another reason why I like to stream, because I, like, am trying to get people who have different personalities than me so that I can, like, find new things. Not that there's anything wrong with you having the same personality as me, because that just means that you're awesome, but... and have good taste. I recommend Anatomy of a Scandal. Okay, so there's 2 for Anatomy of a Scandal. British official accused of the R word. Oh. There's Heartstopper on Netflix. It comes out on Friday. I think you might like it off of what I've seen on the channel. Yeah, I'm doing that. Dude, that's, I already have that one. That's why I was saying, like, April's full, because, the Last Elite episode goes up tomorrow, and then I'm doing Heartstopper. Well, okay, so Legacies, of course, but then Heartstopper. I'm gonna try and throw in a movie in there. We'll see. There's a movie that I want to watch, and I'm probably gonna, react to it, and it'll go up on Patreon, probably, but, not probably. If I react to it, then it will. But I don't know if I want to, like, edit it. But we'll see. I have it marked on my calendar as editing it and throwing it up on YouTube. But then also Gentleman Jack. Actually, there's 2 movies I have on here that I was going to try to throw in. But we'll see. It just depends on the schedule of how everything's going. I think Max is either going to be the new Will or she's getting powers in season 4. Wait, don't tell me anything! Hold on, don't tell me anything. I'm only on, like, halfway through episode 2. Astrid and Lily Save the World. I haven't seen it, like, the show, but I've seen stuff on it, and it looks pretty good. Also, Feel Good on Netflix. I've already watched Feel Good, though. Unless they have a new season out that I'm not aware of. I've watched the first 2 seasons. It made me, like, ugly cry. Because it's so good. The acting and the writing in that show. What's up, Nat? That means I'm perfect. Yep. Sure does. Also, Dairy Girls, if you want to see more of Nicola Coughlan. Is that how you say her name? I don't know. I don't remember. Who plays Penelope on Bridgerton. Yeah, I know her name. I just can't pronounce it. Feel Good is great. It's a dramedy. Yeah, it's, I don't even know. Like, is that really what they call it? Do they call it a dramedy? Because... yes, it has some comedy in there and some drama, but it's almost like, I don't know. It's in its own category, I think. Because it's just so different. Movie reactions, thumbs up, unedited on Patreon, even better. I want to get into more movie stuff. I do. I haven't figured out what movies I want to do. And the other thing with movies is I would totally do unedited versions, but it takes a lot to do edited versions of movies. But like I said, I do want to start getting into more and more of those. I have a movie that's up for me and ready to edit. I just don't know if I actually want to use that movie. I don't know if I want to do that movie or not. We'll see. And then another thing with movies, because I've tried to do that one time, and the whole copyright thing is a pain in the ass. So I just don't want to do all the time to edit and then try to get it pushed out, but then the copyright just... I've been getting better on, like, how I edit to know, like, what they're looking for. But my shit still, I mean, you know, if depending on how long I guess you watch my stuff, you know that some of my stuff still gets taken down. But that's just the name of the game. You like horror stuff, right? You should try Brand New Cherry Flavor, a limited series on Netflix with Rosa Salazar and Catherine Keener. It's very good. Huh. I haven't seen it. I like horror stuff. It depends. I need a horror movie that has, like, a storyline to it. The Shining probably is the best horror film of all time, in my opinion. I also like The Orphan. What else have I seen that I really like? I don't know. I've seen some horror stuff. As long as it has, like, a really good storyline, I'm all in it. But if it's all jump scares and, like, or if it's something stupid, then I can't get into it. Maybe Avatar copyright doesn't bite you in the ass. Oh, that's a long movie, though. Right? I'm pretty sure it is. That'd be a pain in the ass to try to edit, too. I don't know. That movie is so old, but it's, like, still one of the most talked about movies. Okay, I don't know if you would be kind of interested into this one, but Never Have I Ever on Netflix. Also, I keep trying to get Patreon, but the card won't charge. Oh, weird. I don't know. But yeah, I haven't seen Never Have I Ever, so maybe. That could be one of them. What about Russian Doll? Dude, when I was on Twitter earlier, that's all I've been seeing is Russian Doll. But I didn't know, I don't think I've ever got a recommendation for Russian Doll for me to watch it. So I was like, It's usually like I don't know how to explain this, but if there's a show out there that no one recommends, then it's like, it says something, as in, like, do not do it, usually, but, I don't know, maybe the iCarly reboot. I heard it was terrible, though. Have you gotten into The Witcher? I've seen all of the first season when it came out. I just haven't seen the second season yet. It was on the list for me to react to, but then I think I ended up choosing something else to react over The Witcher, because that's another one that no one recommended for me to watch, and then I'm like, I don't know, we'll see. And then I was gonna watch it in my free time, but then I haven't. I'm at Avatar the show. Oh, I thought you were talking about the movie. I don't know. It's old. Again, though, it's old, so I'm not sure. Like, how many people would actually want to see it. Yeah, the iCarly reboot is good. I hear mixed reviews on it, actually. Are we going to get more of The Great? Maybe. I don't know. It's very good. I contemplated watching it in my free time again, or like continue to watch it. But I don't know. I don't know if that was ever one other than on a Patreon request. I don't know if anyone else has actually recommended it to me. The second season was really good? Of which one? Oh, The Witcher. I don't know. We'll see. I don't... Like, I want to continue watching The Great. There's no question about it. I just don't know if I'm going to react to it or finish watching it on my own time. And then The Witcher is same boat. Russian Doll is truly great. I can't wait to jump into season 2. I've heard it was good, but by like people in my personal life, which usually people in my personal life and myself, we don't have the same taste in shows. Not saying that it wouldn't be good or anything, but it's, I don't know. Why is this monitor? This monitor is like scooted over or something. Whenever I go to watch The Witcher, I stop because I just don't feel like starting it, and I have no idea why. I get like that too, and I think... Hold on, I'm fixing the monitor. I think that's why I haven't started season 2 yet, because I've done that 2 or 3 times with The Witcher. Because I'll have time to watch it, and I'll sit down, and I'll press play, and then I'm like, you know what, I'm not really in the mood for this. Let me watch something different. I don't know what it is. A lot of times when I watch stuff in my free time, though, I like want to watch something that's like 20 to 30 minutes. I did end up rewatching Harley Quinn. I can't wait for the 3rd season to come out of Harley Quinn. But that's like 20 to 30 minutes right there. I love Avatar the show. I know a lot of people love it. I watched it some when I was younger, but I never watched all of it, I don't think. And I don't remember it either, so it'd basically be like reacting to it for the first time. Did you watch Mindhunter? It's about the FBI profiling serial killers. It's right up your alley. What's that on? Sense8 is another very entertaining show. Okay, so Sense8. It's one of those... I watched all of Sense8 except for the series finale, because in my mind it means that if there's one episode that I haven't seen, then it means it's not really over. So I finished watching Sense8 like years ago. I think I watched it when we first moved to Florida like 2.5 years ago. And I'm pretty sure because I don't remember starting it when we lived back in Arkansas, so I'm pretty sure I started it here. Was it at this house? I think it was at this house too. So like 2-ish years ago, and then I never could bring myself to watch the series finale. I can't start new stuff. I just find myself rewatching anything TVDU, but not TVD. Because I'm sick of the Esther storyline, but never got through it. I don't know what you mean by that. Anytime you say TVD, I think of the Vampire Diaries. Oh, that's on Netflix? Huh. But it's funny that you say that, though, because a lot of times, honestly, a lot of times what pushes me to watch new shows is when I'm reacting to shows. Because otherwise, in my personal life, I rewatch the same stuff. Like, I rewatched Harley Quinn. We're finishing up Orphan Black still. After Orphan Black, we're gonna watch Dexter for like the 20th time. I've rewatched Dexter so many times, but it's my second favorite show of all time. My first favorite show of all time, which is Rizzoli and Isles, which is weird. I don't know why it's my favorite show, but it is. Rewatched that one more than Dexter. What else have I rewatched? I've rewatched parts of the Vampire Diaries. I've rewatched The Rain. I guess not The Rain, but Rain. I mean, because that's what I do. Because when I find shows that I love, I just end up rewatching them. Because I love to try to also find things that I didn't the first time or the first 10 times that I watched it. Because then I, like, learn different things about, like, the cast. And then just judging, like, how they are with that one specific character. And I'm like, oh, I wonder if they do this in real life. And then I look it up and then I'm like, oh, they do. And I'm like, I could totally tell that because you get to know, like, the actors. And, like, it's just, I feel like I learn new things and get more excited when I rewatch stuff that I love. So, yeah, that's what I get into. I also never watched the season finale, so I rewatched all of Sense8 and then watched the last episode. I don't know if I would consider rewatching Sense8 though, like from beginning to end. Like I feel like if I ever brought myself to watch the series finale, I would just end up watching the series finale. I remember like everything that had happened anyway, which is kind of rare for me. But I don't know if it's just one of those shows that I can watch from beginning to end. That's what it is. Oh, the Vampire Diaries? That's funny. Did you react to I Care a Lot on Patreon or just post your review on YouTube? I'm pretty sure, I'm quite positive I uploaded it to Patreon. Actually, I might be able to find that. Hold on. That reminds me because I was looking up hold on, I Care a Lot review. Yep, nope, I did. There's an unedited version of I Care a Lot. It's not like the first time watching I Care a Lot. It was more of like I watched it and I talked about it. Cuz I loved it cuz when I first watched it, I watched it. Wait, was it the first time or I don't know, actually. I can't remember if the first time I had watched it was either reacting to it or if Anna and I watched it for the first time. That might have been the first time I had watched it was when I reacted to it. I don't know. I'd have to go back and watch the reaction video. And I always like say something about that in there. Anna loves that movie and it is right up Anna's alley. So that's why I couldn't remember if I had reacted to it first and then told her to watch it and then I watched it with her, or if it was vice versa, like we ended up watching it together and then I reacted to it. I don't know. I'll figure it out. But yeah, I did do it unedited on Patreon. If you're on my Patreon, by the way, and you can't find something, because Patreon needs to put something in there where you can just search like a certain video so that you can like search a certain post so that you can like watch it. But you can always just message me on Patreon and just say, hey, I can't find this one video. Can you send me the link? Because then I can do it like that. I wish Patreon came up with a feature that would allow you to search a post. Do Moon Knight. The thing with superhero shows and movies is I have to be careful because I haven't watched like all of them, and a lot of them have like connect, and then people get frustrated with me because I haven't watched, like, for example, because I did Hawkeye, I watched Black Widow beforehand because I'm like, I know I have to watch Black Widow before I watch Hawkeye. And I did, and I'm glad I did. But then other people were upset because I didn't watch all of the Avengers movies. And, like, you know. So I would still do something if I wanted to do it. But people are going to be frustrated when it comes to superhero shows and movies. Same goes for Star Wars stuff. I don't think I'm ever going to do a Star Wars thing again. Because that was, I think, one of my most negative feedback was from doing The Mandalorian. I do the same with the cast thing you said. Man, Gavin, you and I are like the same person. I just love doing that. And it means that like you're extra interested because like you already watched the show and you love the show and like possibly love the cast, or like you don't like some cast members. Like if I'm rewatching a show and I don't like a specific cast member, I'll fast forward through their scenes. Dear White People is hilarious. What's that on? Oh, did you watch Betty on HBO? It's a great show about an all-girls skater crew in New York. It's great, especially season 1. Great LGBTQ representation, too. No, I haven't seen it. I don't think I've ever actually heard of it. Also, have you seen Generation? That's a show I recommend. Or Stranger Things. Generation, I've done some reactions on. I can't remember if I did all of them on Patreon or if I did the same amount that I did on YouTube. Because I stopped uploading some Generation videos on YouTube, mainly because, so there was 2 reasons for Generation. One, for some reason it was highly recommended, but then my numbers, like no one wanted to watch the videos, so I was like, which is like a first. That's the first and like only time I think for a highly recommended show that like the numbers were terrible. And then secondly, the copyright stuff with that show was ridiculous. So I'm like, well, the numbers aren't great, and like, yeah, I ended up finishing Generation. You know what it is? I think when I uploaded it to Patreon, I stopped uploading at a certain point to Patreon as well because I just watched it in my free time. So I finished it. I just didn't upload all of them onto Patreon or YouTube. And then Stranger Things, actually, my TV right here is paused halfway through season 3, episode 2 of Stranger Things. So, because I want to react to the new season coming out for Stranger Things. And I watched like a season and a half this weekend of Stranger Things. A bit off topic, I just watched The Batman. It was slow. To me, it's overhyped. It was okay for me. I've heard not that many great things about The Batman. I love superheroes and comics and stuff, but it depends on the superhero show and movie for me, because I fell asleep during some of the Avengers. And I don't know if it's just because it's too much or like what it is for me. I think it's primarily because it's like my brain, it's like, it's so predictable. A superhero show and like movie, so predictable. And so I get like, that's where my brain's like, I'm bored. But a lot of darker superhero stuff is like, my brain's like, ooh, like the Venom or Venom. I can't remember if it's the Venom or I think it's just Venom. Love it. I watched Wonder Woman because of Gal Gadot. So there's that one. What else is dark that I ended up watching that I loved? I don't know. But usually if it's dark, I love it. You will finish Generation? I mean, I did in my free time. Did you do Charmed? Because I saw there is one, but did you end up doing more, or just that one, or like only the one is on YouTube? I just had the one go on YouTube. I actually stopped watching it because I got bored with it. And so when I react to stuff, I want it to be genuine, and I don't want to do stuff just because people want me to do it. Because if I'm not interested, then I feel like it's not going to be a good video and it's not going to be entertaining. And I got so bored with Charmed. I got so bored. And I just stopped watching it in general. Speaking of movies, can't remember if you talked about it before, but have you seen or watched and reacted to The Perfection? No? I don't think so. Oh, I know what you're talking about though, because I'm like, it took me a minute. The Perfection. That's about the cello player, right? Right? The kind of it's not really a horror movie. What is it? Like a suspenseful movie? I know what it is. I love that movie. No, I haven't I've watched it, but I didn't react to it because I think I watched it before I was a reactor. But it's great. It's a great movie. Anna likes it too. Anna really liked it. We watched it with someone one time who I didn't realize it. The person that I recommended it to, had, so they had been raped before, like in their past, which there isn't a rape scene in that movie, but it comes pretty damn close. And so it got really awkward. So we're like, and like Anna's like, Cassidy, and then I'm like, what? Because I didn't know at the time, and then she told me, and I'm like, oh, and I was like, no, well, technically there isn't one, so if that helps at all, but yeah. Moon Knight is completely independent of other Marvel stuff. I mean, I'll give it a try with superhero stuff because I grew up and have a special connection with comic books. I will give it a try. I will give just about any superhero show and movie a try. So, maybe. You don't need to watch any of the Marvel movies to get Moon Knight. Cool. If you do Titans on HBO Max, it has nothing attached to other DC character. Wait. Let me read that again. If you do Titans on HBO Max, it has nothing attached to other DC anything, just characters. Oh, okay, cool. I love the Titans. But I haven't watched that show yet, and I've wanted to, but I just haven't done it yet. There's so many shows that I want to watch still, and it's hard to try to watch stuff in my personal time and react to stuff. And judging, like, which one I should do, like, for which, like, parts of my life. The Magicians is one of my all-time favorite shows. I watched The Magicians up until the 3rd season. I never did finish it, but I think it's honestly because it, like, came out, I kind of forgot about it, and then when it came out again, it was, like, so much of it had, like, aired, and then I'm like, I don't know. Moon Knight has no relation to anything previous, at least so far. Dear White People is on Netflix. I'll have to check it out. You should watch Imposters on Netflix. What's that about? Favorite character of Generation. Riley? Wait, is that her name? I think so. I feel like that's her name. I think she's my favorite. I don't know. I don't remember. I have to look up the cast names, because I don't remember their names. I remember, like, who they are, but... Can you react to and post Stranger Things Season 3, Episode 7 and Season 3, Episode 8 on Patreon? Maybe. I haven't thought about it. But maybe. I can maybe do something similar to what I did with Elite, where I uploaded the series finale, the season finale of 4 and then did 5. So maybe I'll do something like that. How do you like Stranger Things so far? It was good. I think it was a little bit slow at first for me to get into. You know what I had to get past with the Stranger Things is I had to get past the fact that it reminded me of the Goonies. I could not stand the Goonies when I watched it when I was younger. And so when I first watched Stranger Things, it took me... I just had to put my mind in a space where I was like, this is not the Goonies. Don't try to compare it to the Goonies, and just see how you feel about it. And then I ended up really liking it. So I got past the whole Goonies connection there. C is a show that I got into not too long ago. Personally, I really loved it and looking forward to season 3. What's that? See, some of these that you guys are recommending, I haven't even heard of them. Do you ship Ivan and Patrick? Hell yes. Hell yes. It's funny because there's a lot of ships that I don't like in Elite, but I love Ivan and Patrick. Even though they've done some shitty things to each other, I love them. Could not stand Mincy and Rebecca together. I cannot stand anyone with Ari because I can't stand Ari. Who else did I not like? I kind of wanted Philip and Cayetana to fix their stuff, but I completely understand why they couldn't. So I might end up shipping Isadora and Philip. Who else? I really liked Nadia and Guzman. But, I don't know. Oh, have you seen Trinkets? It has the main character from Fear Street, and it has a queer rep, too. I did. I actually reacted to it on YouTube. That was like my second show I ever reacted to. It was second or third. So it's an oldie. Like whenever, if you search in, because another thing, if you ever try to find like a show that I've reacted to, just click on my playlist, because like all of the shows I've ever reacted to, I've made like a certain playlist of, and Trinkets is on there, and they're old. They're like old quality, like my old stuff. Like I didn't even have a desk at the time. I had a shitty webcam that I researched on how to make it look way better than it was. I didn't have professional lighting, because this is all like, that was all like budget stuff, and yeah. So there's that. But I did react to it. I think I think I may have only reacted to the second season though, and I watched the first one by myself. I don't remember. I did one of them though, one of the seasons, and I'm assuming the most recent. I would love to be a reactor, but I don't have the confidence. The thing for me, because I think that it kind of grows as you do it more and more, but for me, how I kind of do it is I forget that I'm recording myself. And I know this is going to sound super cheeseball, but wait, what was I going to say? I had so much stuff going on in my brain. I forget that I'm recording myself, and I just act like I'm just being myself. There, that's the cheeseball thing I was going to say. I was just being myself. So, the confidence thing kind of grows with you, but also, and then another thing, like I streamed technically before I was a reactor for like a couple of months, like 2 months, I think. But, it helps me to realize, because I always talk to myself. And so I'm like, I'm just talking to myself right now, because I'm a huge introvert. And so I'm not like this out like in public or whatever. But so it helps me to think that I feel like I'm just talking to myself. Like when I said Titans, people are split close to half and half on whether or not they like it. Is that what you mean by that? Bel Air, Yellowstone. I don't think I've ever heard of Bel Air. Yellowstone I've heard of, haven't watched it yet. My parents watch it, they really like it. Excuse me. So maybe. Yellowstone is kind of on a maybe spectrum for me. You saw Glee, haha, I don't know. Yes, I did see Glee. Like when I was, it came out forever ago. I watched it whenever it was airing. Hey, it's been a minute. Hey, Isabella. It has been a minute. The first 2 seasons of Titans is a little hard to get through, but season 3 makes it worth it. I don't know. And so sometimes, like whenever you say stuff like that, it makes me like want to watch some of it in my free time and then react to like whatever the latest season is. Have you seen Hockey Girls? I don't know how to pronounce that. If you didn't, I recommend you watch it. Yeah, I haven't seen it. You have to tell me what it's on, too. Yeah, Titans is very slow at first. I'm sure if like, I know it, like, eventually gets into something, then I'll try to hang on. I try to give things, like, at least, like, their first season, before I say if I'm gonna go, like, watch another season or not. Did you see the Pretty Little Liars or Riverdale? No to Riverdale. I have seen all of Pretty Little Liars. And again, that's another one I watched when it was airing. You mean you didn't like the Truffle Shuffle? No, I fucking hated the Goonies. I don't like some of the classic movies, and people get so mad at me. Like, I hate Forrest Gump. And people get so mad at me when I say that. And I just, sometimes some of the, like, classics I can't stand. But there's some classics that I absolutely love, though, too. So, I don't know. I just can't stand Forrest Gump. I've even watched Forrest Gump a couple of times to see, in, like, different stages of my life, to see if I would, like, understand what the hype is, and I don't get it. I've been watching The Rookie, which is a cop show on ABC. It's both funny and I love the situations. I've, like, seen some fandom stuff on the Rookie, but I have not actually watched the show. I forgot what you said in the new Legacies, but do you ship Lizzie and Jen? Because after the new episode, I do very much. I do, because whenever Jen, like, had said, like, do you want to, like, go get a coffee and, like, maybe an edible sometime? Or whatever she said, I was like, oh, and I'm like, is that a friend date or is that like a date? Because I do very much. My thing is I ship Hizzy, but if Hizzy's not going to be a thing because maybe they're trying to still push Hope with Landon or whatever the fuck they're trying to do with Hope, I don't know. Then but another thing is I do kind of ship Aurora and Lizzie. But I could see Aurora, like, I could see Aurora not being that way, but I can definitely see Jen being that way. So as long as they put Lizzie with either Hope, Aurora, or Jen, I'm all for it. You'd like His Dark Materials in HBO Max. I think I've heard of it. Will you watch Heartstopper when it comes out? Yes. That's the next one that I'm gonna do. Because the last episode of Elite comes out tomorrow. And Legacy, and then after tomorrow, see, that's Thursday, gonna skip a video for Friday, so Friday will be a break. Saturday is Legacies, and then Sunday will be starting Heartstopper. You are so gay. Yes, I am. By the way, The Rookie is played by Nathan Fillion. Wait, is that not the one I'm thinking of then? What's the one I'm thinking of? Stargirl. Is Stargirl a show or is that from The Boys? What's her name? Was her name not Stargirl? Have you seen the Van Helsing series? It's on Netflix. I haven't watched it. I tried to watch the first episode. It was a long time ago, though, and I couldn't get into the first episode, but it doesn't mean I would never give it, another chance, because it could, sometimes when it was so long ago, I have ADD really, really bad, so if I'm in a situation where I'm not quite paying attention, then it's not fair. I need to rewatch it. What about the shows such as Charmed and the Buffy the Vampire Slayer? Charmed I got bored with. I could not watch it anymore. Buffy the Vampire Slayer, I watched the very first episode because it was a recommendation from a certain tier in Patreon, but I haven't watched any more other than the first episode. But that's just because there's a lot of episodes in Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and it would require a lot of time, and I know I know it's a binge-worthy show, so I would have to, figure out sometime somewhere to try to watch stuff like that. I'm also an introvert. I get it. Dude, being an introvert and then being with an extrovert is hard sometimes, let me tell you. I like how we push each other into, like out of our comfort zones sometimes, but then other times I'm like, no, I can't do it. We have too much in common, it's scaring me. And yeah, whether or not they like it for Titans. Oh, okay. I remember that. I know, it's weird how much we have in common. Where was I at? Hold on. Bel-Air is a dramatic take on the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I figured maybe that's what it was, but then I'm like, well, maybe not. You like Kurt and Blaine of Glee. I am obsessed with them. Yes, I do like them. I was gonna say something else, but like, because I remember all the characters from Glee. But I don't know. Glee for me, it was very, it was a lot. I think that's what Glee, so Glee wasn't ever like one of my all-time favorite shows or anything. It was just a lot. A lot was going on in that show. But it was still good. Outer Range with Josh Brolin. I think that's how you say it. On Amazon Prime is good. I have never heard of that one either. You like Emily and Allison. I love them. Emily and Allison. From what show? Is that another one from Glee? How about the Harley Quinn animated series on HBO? It's hilarious. I don't usually like superhero stuff, and I love this show. I actually was just talking about Harley Quinn earlier, because I just rewatched it. Like yesterday. I rewatched it yesterday and like the day before yesterday. So I watched all of 2 seasons in 2 days. You should react to Riverdale? I don't know if I like it. I don't know. I'm worried I'm not gonna like it. Handon is way overdone in my opinion. Yes. Very much so. I think a lot of people agree. My thing is if you're not going to put Hope with like, okay, my problem with Handon is they make it so she's so dependent on him, and I hate it. I hate it when they make Hope dependent on anyone, because she's such a strong character, and she is like picture perfect, like independent, like massive character. And I hate it when they were making her dependent on him, and it was driving me insane. So that's why I don't want them together. And that's why I was so freaking happy that whenever her humanity got turned back on, it was herself and not Landon. I was so worried they were going to have Landon do it. That was going to drive me bonkers. Did you watch Breaking Bad? No. I'm afraid that I'm not going to like it. That's another one I'm afraid I'm not going to like. Because a lot of drug shows, for some reason, I can't get into. And I don't know what it is. So I'm afraid I'm not going to like it. I really want to turn on my fan, but it's loud. But I'm burning up. Hosey, do you ship? Of course I ship Hosey. But now since Josie is in the picture, it's not really a thing. I feel like you can't really ship Hosey anymore because Kaylee Bryant isn't on the show. Legacies isn't on till the 28th. Oh, really? Do we have another break? That's good to know. Then maybe I'll have Heartstopper come out early then. I'm still going to take a day. Well, I have to take a day break anyway because it doesn't come out till the 22nd. Oh. Starlight. Oh, her name is Starlight and the boy. That's right. Okay. Have you seen the OG Charmed? No, I haven't. I think I tried to watch it, but then I couldn't get into that one either. Stargirl is a show that was originally on DC Universe, but the CW is... Wait, and the CW, but is now going to be... Oh my gosh, why can't I read today? Stargirl is a show that was originally on DC Universe and the CW, but it is now going to the CW. Okay. I need to catch up with Legacies. I stopped at season 2 because there were no more episodes at the time. Oh, I feel like it's gotten really good the last season, though. Season 3, like, oh. Wait, was it season 3? Or because there's so many episodes in season 4 that I feel like it merged. I don't know. I think it was earlier season 4, this season, when they were making her super dependent on Landon, and it was driving me bonkers. But, hey, Francesca. My energy is drained from extroverts, but I still wish to be around them if I had to pick. I feel like you almost a lot of introverts, I don't know if they would want to hang out with other introverts. Because that's kind of how an introvert is. They would prefer, like, well, I mean, I can't speak for other introverts, but that's kind of their thing, is they like to, like, have their, like, alone time, they would prefer to read a book, stay in, like, whatever. But, I don't know. Because I feel like extroverts could get along with other extroverts. But introverts, I feel like maybe wouldn't get along with other introverts. I don't know. At least, like, if you were, like, together. Like, in like, I was going to say in, like, a party situation, but, I mean, I don't do parties, but I don't know. I feel like other introverts maybe wouldn't like each other. I could be wrong, though. Guess what I was talking to my wife about, the Killing Eve finale. Anna still hasn't watched the newest season, and I'm like, oh, because we're trying to finish the new Dexter season. I've already finished it, but she's finishing it. We have one more episode, and then we're going to watch Killing Eve season 4 again, so that she can watch it. And I told her, and I'm like, you know, I kind of want to watch it. Emily and Allison are from Pretty Little Liars. Oh, you know what? And this is another unpopular opinion, but I shipped Emily with Paige far more than I did with Allison. I wasn't ever really a huge Allison fan. Hey, what's up, Jose? Friends. Don't like Friends, watch Riverdale. Oh, Friends, don't let Friends watch Riverdale. I see what you were saying. I don't know, I just feel like I wouldn't get into Riverdale. And suddenly I remember a UK series from 2017 called Click, and this season 1 ending, it's a copy passed from the Killing Eve finale, but with a better ending. When she was dependent on Josie, it was fine, but not with Fire Chicken. Yeah, but I don't feel like Hope, it wasn't, for me, when she was dependent on Josie, hold on, I'm, like, drinking a carbonated beverage, so it's making me burpy. I feel like it's not she wasn't really ever dependent on Josie. It was, like, this friendship thing where they supported each other. I didn't feel like it was a dependence where, not like her and Landon. Like, I feel like Hope wouldn't do anything if it wasn't okay with Landon, or if Landon was gonna maybe get hurt, or, like, she would not do anything unless it was okay with Landon, or, like, you know, like, it drives me bonkers. You should watch Degrassi. I watched some sort of Degrassi. I think it was the newest Degrassi. I don't know. I watched some sort of Degrassi. I am 100% sure that they took the idea from Click. You have to watch it. I think Riverdale has a very successful couple who are Cheryl and Tony. They have such a beautiful and cute story. I mean, I've seen fandom stuff on Cheryl and Tony, so I, like, know of the Shoney stuff, but I haven't ever watched the whole Riverdale. You should watch Dairy Girls. It's so freaking good. Yeah, someone else said that too. So, Heartstopper is coming out a day before my birthday. So your birthday is on the 23rd. The 5... Is that Juanas or Juanas? Is a Spanish series. Oh, it's Spanish, so Juanas is a Spanish series on Netflix. It's good. Huh. Hey, Grace. I didn't stand yet. It's like, nice job. Haven't been standing. Watch Peaky Blinders. Very good show. I've definitely heard of it. But I don't know if it's really one of my type of shows, though. I tried to watch Ozarks, and I couldn't get into it. Anything that's usually related around, like, drugs and stuff, I can't do it. Or, like, money laundering or, like, whatever. I don't know. What are your favorite shows? Rizzoli and Isles, Orphan Black, Dexter. I love the L Word, but I think the more and more I'm getting older and I'm like, on the L Word, so I don't know if that's really in my top 5 anymore. It's a classic, so, and I watched it so many times. I'm trying to think what else I love. That would maybe be in, like, my top 5. True Blood. Wentworth. Those are some I can think of right now. Click is actually a really good show and super low key, and it should have been done better, but there are no major names, so it was so underground. Oh, that sucks. Sometimes those are the best shows, though. There we go. Sorry, I was waiting for that to happen. Would you rather play naughty with Rebecca from Elite or Allison from Pretty Little Liars or Jules from Euphoria? Rebecca from Elite. If I had to pick, like, any 3 of those, Rebecca. I feel like it's a confidence thing, though. I would like to be with Allison because she's a bitch. And for some reason, bitchy women just do something for me. But I don't know. Out of those 3, it would have to be Rebecca. Stop saying you like Paige. I know, people get so upset. But seriously, watch The Legend of Vox Machina. It is batshit crazy. Maybe. Have you seen Merlin? I've seen the whole first season or something like that. I've watched some of it, but I haven't watched all of it. I kind of got bored with it. American Vandal is a really good show. A bit. Oh. Pretty Little Liars page is so disgusting. She was so mean to Emily, she literally tried to drown her. Yeah, but Allison wasn't very nice to her either, okay? That was like, I think Paige and Emily are the only ones that I actually ship that are very destructive. That it's probably not a good relationship. Because usually if it's not a good relationship, I don't ship them. I don't know. Yeah, but listen, Allison had her things too. So she's like lied to, Emily, and there's so many things that Allison has done. Yes, Allison maybe has not tried to kill Emily, but with Paige, like they were young, Paige was going through some things. I can't believe I'm like talking about this, but I don't know. I can't help it. I ship Paige and Emily far more than I did with Allison and Emily. I liked Riverdale, but it got too much. I don't know. I feel like a part of me would like it, but then I feel like I just would end up getting bored with it. You have to see Degrassi. The next generation Netflix class is perfect. Tristan and Miles are a beautiful couple. I watched something. Was that not it? I don't know. The one that came out like a couple of years ago or something? One Day at a Time. I've seen some fandom stuff about One Day at a Time, but I have not seen the show. Do you prefer male or female girls? Do you mean like girly girls or tomboys? I don't really have a preference. So my type is I like a bunch of different kinds of women. I don't know. Because I've been attracted to both. I feel like it's a confidence thing. I guess mainly, if I had to pick one, maybe girly girls, but Anna's not a girly girl at all. Anna's very tomboyish, but she has her moments where she'll be like, she'll put a dress on and heels and like she looks like a fucking yes, like a supermodel. And so I don't know. It's funny because anytime I say like what my type is, my wife is not what I describe. So I've been attracted to skinny girls, heavier set women, older women. I would say younger. I mean, technically, I was with a younger woman at one point. Usually what I'm more attracted to is just older women. But honestly, I don't know. I just, whatever I feel like is vibing and like chemistry or whatever, I guess. But I don't know. I feel like looks and like as long as the personality is good, it doesn't really matter if they're a tomboy or girly girl. If that's what you're asking. The Legacies team is so, I don't want to say homophobic, but kind of there because they filmed a Hosey kiss scene and cut it, but also all LGBT relationships end tragically. I know they do. It's dumb. We have Jed and Ben. Oh, I forgot about, hold on. The thing with Jed and Ben that kind of frustrates me right now is the whole situation with Ben last episode. I was like, that's really the only one that we've got going right now is Jed and Ben for LGBT community in the Legacies. Because Finch isn't really, like, in it that much now. So I'm hoping that they do something with Lizzie. Allison from Pretty Little Liars is so bitchy and beautiful. A lot of people find it funny, though, because anytime I say that if I had a type, it's never a blonde woman. And I don't know what it is. But I think blonde women are pretty. I don't know, for some reason, like, if you ask me, like, a certain blonde woman with a certain brunette, I'm probably going to end up choosing the brunette. Depending on who it is, I guess. I don't think I've ever been with a blonde woman. No. They were all, like, darker colored hair. And I don't think I've ever been with a redheaded woman either. I haven't been with a lot of women. Let me just say that when I say been with, I mean, like, dating. So, I'm not a hoe. Oh, I'm getting hot. It's hot in here. Oh, I forgot where I was at for a minute. In the OG, the L Word. Okay, I'm like, what's TLW? The L Word, I used to have a huge crush on Jenny and Helena Peabody. Oh, Helena, not Helena. Again, Orphan Black. Helena Peabody. Okay, Helena Peabody is drop dead gorgeous. Jenny? No. I can't stand Jenny. It's a personality thing, and she gets on my damn nerves. Anytime a Jenny scene comes on, I fast forward it. I can't stand Jenny. Nope. Helena, though, she's pretty. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. Would you ever want to be with Paige? Yes. Rachel Shelley is still one of the most stunning women ever. Who's Rachel Shelley? Hold on. I'll look it up real quick. Oh, Helena. Helena Peabody. Yes. Whew, where was I at? Okay. Holy shit, it's hot in here. Allison was a bitchy girl who was afraid to come out as bisexual and try to fight her feelings. I understand her. I mean, I understand that too. Hold on, I have to turn on the AC. Holy shit. Give me just a second. I'm sweating. Let me leave the door open, maybe. Sorry. Let me leave the door open, see if that helps. I'm just sweating. It's not usually this hot if my PlayStation's not on. I don't know why it's hot in here right now. One Day at a Time is really good. I think that would be a show that I would watch if I, like, needed a show to watch. I don't know what I was trying to say there. I don't know, like, in my free time. I hate when they ask you if you like lipstick or stud. I don't know. For me, and it might be cheesy to say this too, like, it's not really the way that people look or the way that women look for me. I don't know. It's all to do with, like, if we have chemistry, what your personality is. If you have a terrible personality, that's a turn off for me. It's one thing if you're bitchy, and you can be bitchy and have a good personality. But if you just have a bad personality, there's a lot of, like, I have some friends who, love them to death, don't get me wrong. But I couldn't ever sleep with them because I'm like, you're too much. Like, you're too much. Like, I love you, but you're too much for me. And so that's kind of a turn off. Like wild and crazy women don't do it for me either. I think that's a turn off. So that's how some of my friends are. I went to my friend's house a couple months ago and she's like, oh my God, Cassidy, I got a boob job. Look, and totally flashed me. And I'm like, hello to you too. It's been like, I just got here. I'm like, I just walked through the door and you're already showing me your tits. And I'm like so awkward with that shit too. And I'm like, and her husband's like walking past, like, and I mean, everyone knows she's bisexual and I'm a lesbian. It's not, of course, it's not one of those things where, like, just because, like, we like the same sex doesn't mean that we're attracted to each other. But I'm like, I always feel like this is weird. Like, your husband's like walking away, like, as you're showing me your tits. I don't know. It's weird. But I'm like, yeah, I love you too. But I don't know what to do. And I think that's another thing where I'm like an introvert and then she's like an extrovert and then, like, that whole situation happens and I'm like, and then I went home and I told Anna and then I'm like, what am I supposed to do in those events? Has that ever happened to you? And because then I just stand there and I'm like, do I look at them? Do I not look at them? She's my friend. I think because I did for like a second. I'm like, oh yeah, those are nice. And then I like look away. Because she asked me how they were. And then that's where I was at. I'm like, I don't know. I get weird like that though. I'm weird. Straight people are boring. I don't know. I know some straight people who aren't boring, but usually when I mean that, it's because they just have crazy sex lives. Finch from Legacies is so boring. She is boring. I'm not a huge Finch fan. But without Josie, it's like, you know, who is she? So it makes sense why she's not really in the show that much anymore. Ever since Josie left. The last episode with Ben, I think, is because of his curse, is when he tried to save Asher so he would have went back. His curse would be gone. I know, but I'm like, damn it. Him and Jet, though, I ship so hard. Because either way you think of it, because I try to, like, think of it in a different way, and I'm like, well, maybe he means that he doesn't want Asher back. Maybe he just wants his freedom back. But then I'm like, well, no, because he's flat out said, and Jin's flat out said that he'll do anything to get back with Asher. And then I'm like, damn it. Anyway, you look at it. Poor Jed. Same, I like girls. That is my type. I mean, Ruby Rose is fucking hot. And Natasha Lyonne in Orange is the New Black. I don't know who that is. Let me see. I gotta look that up. I don't know. Oh, girl from Russian Doll. You know what's crazy is I thought she was a lesbian and she's not. Like, in real life. She's married to a man. Although I also thought her husband was gay. And then I'm like, what is this? Are they each other's beards? Haley Steinfeld or Ella Hunt. Oh, that's a hard one. If you were to ask me like 3 years ago, I would hands down say Ella Hunt, because I was not a huge fan of Haley Steinfeld, and now I absolutely love Haley Steinfeld. That's a hard one. I really don't know, because I love Haley Steinfeld now. Maybe in real life, if anything were to happen, like, I mean, not that I would say that I could ever get with either one of them, but I feel like maybe the vibes and stuff, it would be, like, personality-wise, Ella Hunt. But they're both drop-dead gorgeous, so... Is it wrong for me to say that I really did ship Dylan and Helena from the L Word? No, I shipped them. It took me a minute to realize who Dylan was, but no, yeah, I did. I kind of hate how their situation ended, because it was like it was open-ended for their thing, because it made it seem like Dylan wasn't really, like, didn't really have feelings for her, and it was like a weird situation, but it was very open-ended. So I just put it up to interpretation that they would have ended up together. Haley. Oh, yeah, because you misspelled her name earlier. Jennifer Beals looks great. Oh, yeah. She's gorgeous. You know what's funny is that if you would split Anna's and I's personality into one person, and I tell Anna this all the time, and I was like, there's a character, because she won't watch the L Word, because that's not her type of thing at all. She hates watching sex stuff. And that's like all the L Word is. So, and I was like, but I said, there's this character who would be our daughter, like, it would be our daughter, because it would be, it's any decision that, or anything that she has ever said or done is something that I would have done, or something that Anna would have done, and I've never seen that in a show, and that's Bet, because so much of Bet is me or Anna, and I'm like, yeah. So... Cheryl Blossom from Riverdale is beautiful. I think so, too. Paige from Pretty Little Liars is ugly. No, she is not. She's not ugly. I don't like her first look when she was into the show, but, like, you know, what she looked like towards the end of the show, I liked. Haley Steinfeld is attractive, but Ella Hunt looks like a Victoria's Secret model. But in Dickinson, 100% M is my type more than Sue. I would totally, you know what, but I would fall for Sue, and then she'd pull the I'm straight bullshit. That's what would happen to me. So, I don't know. To all the Ella Hunt fans, go watch the movie Anna and the Apocalypse. It's an amazing zombie Christmas musical. If it does turn out like that, Jed can do way better. Aww. I mean, I love them together, and I think Ben's hot. I was like, what, as a lesbian calls a gay man, hot? Haley Steinfeld is gay, am I right? I mean, technically no, unfortunately. She, has... Like, people have asked her if she's a part of the LGBT community, but she says no because, well, I don't know why, but she plays so many gay characters or members that are part of the LGBT community because she wants more representation for the community, which I love that she does that, but it also makes me a little upset that she's not gay in real life, but that's okay. At least by female leaning for Haley Steinfeld. I wish, but I mean, I've looked it up, and then everywhere she's always just said, she's like, no, I'm straight. So I don't know. Natasha Lyonne has played so many lesbians that you think she's a lesbian, but she is being such a great ally because she was playing gays in lesbian movies being straight. Yeah, and maybe that's another person that's like Haley Steinfeld. So Haley Steinfeld and Natasha Lyonne both have played quite a bit of characters that are a part of the LGBT community, but they're not gay in real life. I'm sure Haley isn't gay, but she sure as hell should be, right? That's what I'm saying. I wish. It's so funny how, like, I could not stand her when I was younger, and, like, the older I got, I'm like, why? I think it's just because I think when she was younger, she's just a little bit annoying to me. But ever since, I think what changed my mind is Dickinson. Because I still didn't like her up until Dickinson, but when I watched it, I was like, oh my God. I'm like, I love her. Have you seen The Order on Netflix? Yes, I have. I really like it. And I think they canceled it. Quite positive they canceled it. It was kind of getting to the point where it was kind of odd because you couldn't really tell what they were trying to do with the storyline, but I still loved it. But please watch Yellow Jackets and Atypical if you haven't. I've watched both of those. And reacted to both of them. Yellow Jackets was it was like one of the worst copyright show things that I had to deal with. So all of the unedited versions are up on Patreon. As a gay guy, I say Ben is not. What? You don't think Ben is good looking? I mean, I guess I can't really say because I'm a lesbian. I'm not attracted to him at all by any means, but like I think he's good looking. Uh-huh. I mean, my word might not mean anything though, so I don't know. Ella is LGBT. Yeah, I know Ella is. She came out as... Pretty sure she just came... I think she came out as queer. I was gonna say, I don't think it was lesbian, but she came out as queer. I don't know. She is a part of the LGBT community. I know that much, because I remember seeing it, I'm like, yes! We got one! Ella Hunt thinks it's wrong for straight people to play gay on shows, so Haley isn't straight. Listen to me. She gives off a lot of gay vibes. You know what, though? That I'm thinking about it, I don't think Haley's ever said one way or the other if she's straight or not. I think it's always been where she doesn't really answer the question. So she could be. Or she could just be open. And maybe she's one of those people that doesn't like labels. I get it. Maybe that's what it is. I don't think she's ever, like, openly dated a female, because I think we would all hear about it, but, dude, let me tell you, though, she's dated some not good-looking dudes. Like, she is way too hot for those dudes that she's dated. What about I Am Not Okay With This? I don't think I've seen it. Legacy's Ben is so hot, I wanted to come to him, and I am a gay guy. That's what I thought. I was like, I think he's a good-looking dude. I think Jed is a good-looking dude, too. I also think it's funny because I was watching Elite when Anna and our friend walked in, and it came onto the screen where like Patrick and Ander were talking to each other, and I'm like, oh, I said I think that's a good looking gay guy, and they were like, yeah, that one right there, and pointing to Ander, and I'm like, no, the other one, and then they were like, I think Patrick is very good looking. I mean, I think Ander was good looking too, but I thought Patrick was a way better gay looking gay guy, or I guess guy. It just so happened that they were both gay, but. Haley isn't gay, but she plays a lot of gay roles, so does that count as queer baiting? Or, because I don't think it does, so people do, though. I mean, maybe. I don't know. I was gonna say no, but, like, now that I've been thinking about it, maybe. I mean, in real life, she's queer baiting. Do you know how many lesbians would want to be with Haley Steinfeld? Or maybe not with her, but would want to see her with a woman. Natasha Lyonne, but I'm a cheerleader, American Pie, Addicted to Fresno, Everyone Says I Love You. I've not seen any one of those movies and or shows. I don't know if one of those or shows or not. The girl from Deep Water looks like Jenny from the L Word. Oh, then I probably wouldn't like it. I never thought Jenny from the L Word was good looking. I never did. I think she's good looking now that she's older. But I think pretty much why I didn't like her was because her character was annoying as shit. I love her as an actress. I think she's amazing, and I think she did what she was supposed to do in the L Word, which is be an annoying character. But, like, she was also in the Vampire Diaries. And I loved her in the Vampire Diaries in, like, the 2 to 3 episodes that she was in. I just think she got better as she aged. And I think also another reason why I didn't like Jenny is because she's way too skinny. Yeah, people always ask Haley if she's gay, but she never actually answers. Yeah, she doesn't. I don't, because every time I've seen her where it was in an article or where somebody, like, asked her in an interview or something if she was a part of the LGBT community, she never really says. She just likes, she says that she likes playing an LGBT character because she likes she thinks that the LGBT community deserves more of a representation. So, but she never actually answers the question if she's gay or not, which, like I said, she's openly dated men, a lot of not good looking men at that. But then, like, I don't know, maybe she's open, who knows. Oh, dude, you need to watch I'm Not Okay With This. What is it? Is that on Netflix? I think that's on Netflix, right? Since we like a lot of the same things, got any shows for recommendations for you? I guess any of my top favorite shows. Maybe, I don't know if Rizzoli and Isles would be one of your favorites because it's just a random one for me. But Dexter's amazing. The original. Wentworth is, oh god, another one, amazing one. Orphan Black is so good. It depends on what mood you're in, too. Like, what do you want to watch? You know how I wanted to eat... Wait, what? You know how I wanted to eat. Ivan is so hot and Ben is more hotter than Jed. I don't know what you were trying to say there. I think Ivan is hot and Ben is more hot than Jed. I don't know. Ben and Jed, I just think I think they're both good looking. I don't know which one's better looking because I haven't really paid attention. Haley is bi, probably. I don't know. Or she could be one of those women that just likes to make out with other women. I don't know, because there's women like that out there. They're like devils, but I don't know. They're out there. But I'm a Cheerleader is an absolute classic, great movie. I love Natasha Lyonne. Am I saying her name right, by the way? I feel like I am, but probably not. Taylor Swift, Emma Watson, Haley Steinfeld give major LGBTQ vibes, but they have such a big boy fan base, it's very difficult for them to come out. True. That's true. I was talking to Anna the other day, and I was like, do we think Taylor Swift might be a little bit, like, in a part of the LGBT community? I was like, what would be crazy is if she was asexual. Like, with all of this chaos that she's made from her, like, songs about boys and, like, all this, and I'm like, watch her be asexual. I don't know. That would be crazy. I will forever think that the actress that played Carmen is hot. Oh, for sure. Hell yeah. She was, like, one of the best looking characters on the L Word. Helena and her and Tina in the last season was good looking. Not so much earlier season Tina, but very last season Tina was good looking. Who else? I don't know. That's all I can think of at the top of my head. Damon or Stefan with Elena, because I like Stefan, but I don't like Damon for multiple reasons. Laundry Day says Damon. It's kind of like but if you say Damon, it's kind of similar to saying that, like Paige and Damon are similar. Paige from Pretty Little Liars, because Damon has done many a shitty things to and around Elena. But yes, I do ship Damon and Elena together. Stefan is because I liked Stefan with other women more. Like Caroline, of course, and then also, but I liked him with what was his best friend's name? I can't remember. Lexi? Was that her name? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Lexi. I liked her, even though I know that they, like, weren't together. I think they were together at one point, but then they weren't. I don't know. Anyway. But yeah, I liked her too. The same happened with Kristen Stewart. I had always had my gaydar on with her, but she couldn't. Yeah, she couldn't come out. I feel like a lot of people had their gaydar on for Kristen Stewart, though. That's the same with, like, Jodie Foster. Like, everyone knew she was gay. Wasn't Arcane in your top 5? Yes, Arcane too. It wasn't originally in my top 5, but it's definitely in my top 10. I would probably consider it one of my top 5 now. Imagine the craziness that would happen if Taylor, Haley, or Emma came out. Yeah, that would be pretty crazy. Emma Watson is really pretty too. I'm sorry, I didn't get the Shane thing on the L Word. I didn't either. A lot of people, I feel like a lot of women don't get it. And I like to watch Rose and Rosie, and I'd watched them. I'd been subscribed to them for, like, I don't know, like 5 years or something crazy like that. I remember one video where they were like, you know what, I didn't get Shane, like, from, like, before, but they were like, we watched the L Word recently, and Rose was like, I kind of understand it now, but I'm like, I still don't understand it. I never got it. I don't get it, and I'm watching it. I'm having my friend watch it with me, and she's like, I don't get it, and I'm like, I don't get it either. It's cool. I'm like, I don't understand it. Natasha Lyonne dated Fred Armisen for years. I think that's the one I thought was gay too. Like, I thought he was gay. Hold on. Is that the one I was thinking of? Pretty sure. Yeah, I thought that guy was gay. I don't know what ISTGGG means. My life will be complete when Haley comes out. And yes, I'm not okay with this is on Netflix. Oh, okay. Shane was hot. I don't get it. I don't know. I don't get it. I think it's a lot of the females from the L Word I wasn't attracted to because they were way too skinny. And I guess if I were to have a type with women, just ones that just aren't, like, super skinny. Were you surprised when Dove Cameron came out? And did you already watch Rez, Taste of You, featuring Dove Cameron and her own new music video, Boyfriend? Hold on. You have to remind me who Dove Cameron is, because I don't remember. Give me a second. Any day now. Load. I've been having internet issues today, and I don't know why. Okay, you might have to remind me who Dove Cameron is, because my stuff's not wanting to... Oh, there we go. Yeah, I still don't know who Dove Cameron is. Don't know. Is she a TikToker or something? I don't know. I hate a lot of lead female characters because of the way they act. The one I will call out, because I'm not afraid to, are Elena and Bonnie from The Vampire Diaries. Also Bonnie in the first season. I don't know. I can kind of get it. Elena, like, I don't really understand what the whole deal with Elena is, but I liked Bonnie. But I get what you're saying, though, because I do have stuff like that with certain actors / actresses that I'm like, I don't really like them. I don't like their style of acting. But I don't really remember their names at the top of my head. Because they don't really hold that much power over my brain. You know, the show you should watch is a funny show called What We Do in the Shadows. Fred Armisen is a producer. I haven't heard of it. Shane looks like she scares birds for a living. Oh my god, because she looks like a scarecrow. Oh, that's funny. It's a little bit mean, but that's funny. It took me a second, like, as I was reading it, and then I'm like, oh, I get it, because she kind of does. It's kind of funny, but I don't know. I think Shane, like Ruby Rose, have a big straight girl following. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe bi-curious girls would want to be with, no, Siri, don't be looking up this shit that I'm talking about. And it's like, were you talking about boobs in your stream? That's what she just texted me. Yeah, like forever ago. What were we talking about? I don't even remember what we were talking about. Anyway, yeah. Santana Lopez from Glee, though. Oh, I know. Yeah, I know. When I said Bonnie the second time, I meant Caroline. Oh. I mean, I like Caroline, too. I think in the first season, she was definitely, like, the bitchy one and, like, and all that. But she eventually grew into her character. Ever see the clip of Britney Spears doing an interview with Ryan Seacrest and finding out mid-interview he wasn't gay? The perplexed look on her face is hilarious. I always thought he was kind of gay. I still think he's kind of gay. Alice season 2, the L Word look great. I think she's pretty. I just don't know if I'm like attracted to Alice. I don't know. I think Alice, like, if it was like a real life situation, I feel like Alice and myself would be like best friends. But I don't know. I'm just not attracted to Alice. This may sound a little stupid, but I like Catherine way better than Elena. Yeah, but I think it's a personality thing, right? Because she portrays, like, Catherine has a complete opposite personality of Elena. I see it. Like, I think Catherine is more attractive than Elena, because Catherine is, like, not looks-wise, because obviously they're the same person, but also Catherine, like, she is known for, like, her big, like, wavy hair or whatever, too, and Elena always has short hair, or not short hair, straight hair. But, like, I'm attracted to bitchy characters. So, Bonnie and Damon would have been great. They would have, but I do love their best friendship thing. I do like it. I like their best friendship. They should have gone for it. I could see them being a couple for sure, but I love that they were best friends. Also hated Damon, still do, for killing Lexi, but I do like him and Elena get together. I know, I hated it whenever he killed her, but... because I love Lexi. Lexi was, like, one of the best characters. But ISTG means I swear to God. Oh. I have never seen it abbreviated. Taylor Swift allegedly dated Diana Agron? Wait, I know. Hold on. The name looks familiar. Oh, Oh, yeah. So she's from Glee. She be hot though too. Um, Two blondes together? I don't know why, like, I can't really see it, but. She is gorgeous, though. Dove Cameron is a young actress and really good singer. Billie Eilish style. She played in the Disney Descendants trilogy. Oh. I don't know. For real, not surprised. Wait, not surprised about what? What were you not surprised about? Catherine had an actual personality. Yeah, I get what you mean. Because Elena just, I don't know, I felt like she was very ordinary. When Klaus and Elijah staked each other, it was unnecessary for Elijah to die, but I like that they kept the bond when they said they were always together and by each other's side. Yeah. I know. I still never really thought that Klaus would have gone out. Like, I still could see Klaus living to this day. I think it was still just a massive shock, because I'm like, but he's coming back, though, right? Even though he was, like, gone. I was like, but he's not gone. Mia Kirshner was in The Vampire Diaries. Isabel Fleming. Yeah, I know. I mentioned that a little bit ago. Because I don't find her attractive in the L Word, but I find her attractive, like, nowadays. So, and I was like, for example, like, when she was in The Vampire Diaries. Matt is the immortal human, but the OG vampires aren't. Wow, have your show make sense. JK, it was a good show. I never really liked Matt as a character either. I felt like he was very ordinary. Key from Outer Banks is dating a WNBA player? Really? Huh. Taylor Swift and Diana Agron. Oh, Agron? Oh, that's what you're not surprised about? I don't know. It's always so weird to me when when I see two, like, blonde women together. I don't know what it is. I don't know, because I feel like you don't really see it that much. Or at least I don't, I guess. Do you believe Tom Cruise and John Travolta are gay? I don't know about... I think Tom Cruise is something. But John Travolta... Yeah, I could see it. I think John Travolta is something. Like, if not gay, then bi. I loved his wife, though. Damn. R.I.P. And Tom Cruise... I could see him being asexual. I know, I'm not a huge Tom Cruise fan. Yeah, same. I'm in love with bitches characters. That's why I love Santana Lopez from Glee. Yeah, you gotta love her. Cass, have to go. Love talking to you. Watch Click season 1 finale and tell me if I'm wrong about Killing Eve finale, and watch Dairy Girls and What We Do in the Shadows. Okay, Francesca. Bye. I'll see you later. Elena was just like every other blank slate YA main character. I don't know what YA is. Like Bella, Katniss, little to no personality. I agree with you. We need more shows with LGBT leads that aren't an LGBT show. Wait. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, like LGBT characters that are in normal shows. It doesn't have to be an LGBT show. I know. I feel like we're getting there. It's just very, very slow. Because, and I think a lot of it still has to do with, like, of course, like, homophobes or super religious individuals and stuff like that. But it's so normal nowadays, especially. Like, I'm like, like, what are the statistics? Like, 1 every 3 people are gay or, like, a part of the LGBT community or something? Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. LGBT identification rises to 5.6% in the latest U.S. estimate. And that was over a year ago. Somebody else said, or like one of the articles says, is 10% of the population really gay? I feel like it's more than that. You know what? It's so funny because my parents make fun of me because I'm one of those type of people that believes, because they mix my words up, or they stir my words up, whatever that saying is. Because what I say is I feel like most people or majority of people have some sort of like a sexual attraction to the same sex. And so they stir my words and they say that I think everyone's gay. Which isn't, I don't think that everyone's gay. I just feel like, I mean, I feel like what I said, like I feel like at some point, and people can be straight, but I do have a feeling at some point in their life that they could have an attraction to the same, wait, did I say same race or same sex? I meant same sex. Not same race. I feel like I said race when I meant sex, but or gender, like whatever. That's just what I believe. But it doesn't mean that everyone's gay at all. But I definitely do think it's more than 10%. I definitely think it's more than 5%. Hugh Jackson and his wife just defended his straight. I know, I saw that. Yeah, apparently, something came out. I wouldn't be surprised if he was something. But apparently she did come out and say, although, like, when your wife has to defend you, like, what does that say? Like, I don't know. That was kind of weird. I don't know. It could have been her just supporting him. But for me, it kind of came across as, like, my husband's not gay. Like, he's straight because he's with me. I don't know. I just kind of got that vibe whenever she I don't know. It felt like, for me, she took offense to it. And I'm like, that's not really something for her to take offense to. But they've been together for, like, how freaking long anyway? So, I mean, like, you know, you would know if your husband was really attracted to you or not. The fact that I've been here for the whole time. Well, gotta love it. I can't believe I've been streaming for this long. I never really stream for this long. I think I've done, like, usually max I do, like, an hour and a half. But I've almost done, like, well, it's like an hour and 45 minutes, but still. I also don't like Matt from the Vampire Diaries because I just don't like how he's the only human in the show that never dies. I know. I don't know what that was all about. Because you're right. I mean, basically, almost every human has, like, died or moved away. Okay, with what you said, your parents mix up their words. It's, like, bisexual, but it's not called guy crush or girl crush, right? I think that's right. Your parents mix up your words. It's like bisexual, but it's not. Yes, I'm not really sure on, like, what you're asking, but I think because my parents they just tease me because anytime, I don't know, because they know how I feel about, like, everyone kind of has some sort of, like, attraction to, like, a same sex. That doesn't mean that you want to have sex with the same sex. That's my whole point. Being like gay means that you want to have sex with the same sex. All I'm saying is that at some point in your life, I feel like majority of people have been attracted to the same sex. But it doesn't mean that you want to have sex with them. Someone calling your husband gay when he isn't is definitely something to take offense to. I think she could take offense to it. I just think that it came across as very odd because I don't feel like she has to defend him whether or not he is gay. I think when she did get offended by it, I feel like, I don't know. It was just odd. I don't really know. I don't feel like it should be an offensive thing, though. And that's my mind. So that's why I feel like she took offense to something that shouldn't be offensive. But I mean, I guess because you can say anything in a certain way and it can come across offensive. So I don't know. I just know that when she defended him, it just came across as like, it just didn't come across supportive. It came across like, this is my husband and he's straight and blah, blah, blah. Like she got really hurt. I don't know. I just, because in my opinion, I don't think it should be an offensive thing. But I can see how it could come across offensive. Because anything you say could come across offensive. Depending on what tone you use, I guess. But I think it's just because I'm so, like, I don't know. I'm so strong about, like, caring about the LGBT community that if you find it offensive, then now I find it offensive that you find it offensive. But I don't want to be one of those people, because I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know. Just like someone calling a person straight when they aren't is offensive. I don't know. I guess it just depends on the person. I guess. Because if you were to call me straight, I wouldn't find it offensive. I would just correct you and say, I'm not straight, I'm gay. I mean, I guess that's kind of what she did, but it just I don't know, it came across weird. When she did it, I guess. I don't know. Maybe I should be more open-minded about that. Maybe you're right, though. Maybe I should be more open-minded about that. Maybe I shouldn't be mad at her for that. I forgot the or. The or for what? Oh, what you were saying earlier. I think people insult her by saying she's not pretty enough for him. I have definitely heard that. I think that's so mean. I think that's so mean. And I mean, that's just mean. Like, I've been with someone who was like, I don't know why you were with that other person. They weren't attractive at all. Like, and I'm like, it's kind of mean. Like, because just because you're not attracted to them doesn't mean I wasn't attracted to them. And, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I hate that. I hate that other people were saying she wasn't attractive enough for him. It's all about perspective, you know? It's just offensive because you are calling the person something that they aren't. Yeah, I get that. I think you're right in that. I think I need to be more open-minded about it. I just think because I'm so, I guess, proud to be a part of the LGBT community, that anytime when someone takes offense to being called something that's a part of that community, then it makes me now offended. You know? But I think you're right. I think I do need to be more open-minded with her situation. Has nothing to do with straight or gay. I think you're right. I think calling someone something that they're not could be offensive. Yeah, I think you're right. I love what they say in Love, Simon, that why you do only gay people have to come out. Then it cuts to where people were saying, Mom, I'm straight. But it was a good idea, like everyone is neutral until you say. I mean, I believe that too. I don't feel like you should, well, first of all, I feel like your sexuality doesn't have to be anyone else's business unless you want it to be. So I think the whole concept of coming out is kind of dumb. Like, I don't really come out. I don't come out to people now. I just say, like, whenever people talk about their partners or whatever, I'm like, oh yeah, and I'm like, Anna, or my wife, or my partner, or like whoever, you know. Whatever I end up calling her in that moment. Like, I don't say, oh, hey, yeah, by the way, I'm gay. You know. So I feel like sometimes I have to do that, like, or something, but it's not, I feel like it's not coming out. It's just, like, me explaining my life now at this point. But other people don't have to be like, oh, by the way, I'm straight, you know? So I don't know. I guess I'm one of those people that feels like coming out is dumb. I mean, I guess not dumb, but it's like, you shouldn't have to come out. If straight people don't have to come out, then gay people don't have to come out. I don't know. Wow, I can't believe it's already been almost 2 hours since we've been chit-chatting. I like this, though. I like chit-chatting like this. I mean, I feel like this is what we do most, like, every stream, but this one was a little bit different. It's kind of dumb, but it's also needed depending on the way you look at it. I mean, so, like, I think every situation is just different. Like, I didn't come out till, well, I came out twice. I came out as bisexual first when I was 19, and then a lesbian at 21. So I came out late. But, like, I lived in a Bible Belt community. My family, we were never religious, at all. But, being in a Bible Belt, like, I don't know. It's mainly because I didn't know I was gay. It's not that I was necessarily in the closet. It's just I didn't know I was gay. I just thought, like, in my mind, I felt like something was wrong with me because all of my friends were, like, going on dates, thinking all these guys were super hot and, like, wanted to do things with them. And I'm like, ew, gross, you know? And here I am, like, 18, and I'm like, don't touch me. I don't know. Like, I was definitely like that, you know? And I dated the last guy we dated for, like, a year. And every day I was with him, he's like, I don't even know why you're with me because you're gay. And I didn't know at the time. Still didn't really know. And I'm like, I'm not gay. And then I would, like, describe things. And he's like, you're gay. It was a little irritating because, like, it is irritating to hear. But, and, like, anytime, like, I would talk about hanging out with my friends or something, he'd be like, your girlfriend? And I'd be like, no, like, my fucking best friend but we've been best friends for, like, 4 fucking years. But my situation, I felt like something was wrong with me because I didn't want to cuddle up with my man. I didn't want to, like, do things with my man. I don't know. And I, like, dated, when I was in high school, like, I went on dates with a bunch of different guys. I never did do anything with, I did, like, I lost my virginity at 18. And so had sex at 18 with a guy, but before then, like, because I was like, well, maybe because everyone's like, you just haven't found the right guy. So then I'm like, I would date, like, different guys, like, I would give them, like, a 2-week time period, and I'd be like, if you don't wow me in 2 weeks, you're done. And then I'd be like, sometimes I would give the same one maybe, like, a second chance, but then I'd be like, nope, I was right the first time. Like, that's how my whole high school, like, was. And then, the longest relationship I had in high school was, like, 10 months. And that was mainly because, like, I loved his family. And I'm like, I don't want to break up with you because I love your family. And, even though I had a crush on a couple of his family members. So that was another reason. I can't say that if they were to ever watch my shit, then they would know, and it would be weird. So I can't ever say who it was in their family. But, and then after that, I dated the one guy for a year. And then after that, I had a one-night stand with a guy, and then that's really when I knew during my one-night stand. And I'm like, I don't like this at all. I really don't like this. And, like, I fully intended on having a one-night stand, so it was nothing like that, you know, but I'm like, I don't know. I just didn't like it. I wasn't all about it. But I think the coming out is more for your parents so that they meet your partner. They aren't shocked and rude to your partner when they do meet them, for older generations especially. Oh, I completely agree with you. I never really thought about it in that way, but I completely agree with you. So you didn't know you were sexually attracted to females? Yes and no. I didn't know what it was. I was definitely sexually attracted to them, but, like, I didn't know I was sexually attracted to them, if that makes sense. One of the first movies, that I really, like, knew that I was attracted. Okay, so there's a couple of movies, actually. There's the movie 300 with Lena Headey. That's one of them. But I thought that was, like, a girl crush, right? So I'm like, she's super hot, you know, whatever. But, so, and the way that I would justify it is, let me just say this. The way I justified it, anytime when I was super attracted to a female, I was like, oh, well, because of the way that the movie's making it seem, is I wish I was that female that was the super attractive female being with the leading man. When no, it comes to find out that I wanted to be the guy to be with the girl. But the way that my brain was, like, trying to justify it was different. But the movie 300 with Lena Headey, she will always be one of my biggest girl crushes. Or I guess crushes, because it's not a girl crush, it's just a crush. And then another movie I think that I really, really noticed was the movie Prince of Persia with the leading female in it. And especially there's this one scene where I don't know if you've ever seen this movie before, but she wears this necklace that has, like, the sand in it, and it gets trapped in her in her boobs, and he's trying to, like, look at the sand, and of course, because it's, like, in her boobs, like, she thinks he's staring at her boobs. He's like, no, I was staring at the necklace, which obviously he was probably staring at both of them, but I'm like, oh damn. I'm like, why did I feel a certain kind of way with that scene? And that was, like, one of the very first scenes that I was like, huh. And then it just kind of started opening my mind up more. And then I watched The L Word, and then I definitely knew at that point. But there was, like, it wasn't like a switch or anything. It was just, like, more and more that I was thinking about it. And then my sister came out first as well. So my sister came out, and I'm like, oh, that's weird. I'm like, you're gay? You like women? That's so weird. And, but to realize that she was, like, so much happier and, like, all of this. And then whenever I was realizing, and I was like, oh my God. And I'm like, these girl crushes aren't girl crushes. They're actual crushes. And, like, yeah, it's pretty crazy. Heteronormativity. When I was little, I wore my sister's dress and rode her pink bike, and the dress got stuck and broke the bike. Looking back, I'm like, how was I that gay without people knowing? And people who knew me, they either were like waiting for me to come out, or they were super shocked. And I'm like, were you shocked? Like, my two best friends in high school were super shocked when I came out to them, when I came out like, because we were best friends for like 4 years. And they didn't know until whenever I told them, which was a couple of years after high school. So this was like when I was like probably new. I think I was like newly out. So it was like 21, 22. And I told them, and they were like, what? You're gay? And I think that it shocked them maybe, because I don't know if it was like a selfish thing where they were like, yeah, but we all slept in the same bed. It's like, yeah, I'm not going to do anything. Why would you automatically, like, we're friends. I'm not attracted to you. And I think it's just like the society and the environment that we lived in at the time. Like, I could see why they thought that, but I'm like, yeah, but we're best friends. I'm not going to do anything with you. Jeez. But they were both like that. They were both like, wow, okay, you're gay. Did not see that coming. You didn't even know, so how would they, especially if you were dating guys, how would they know? I guess if you were to think, like, kind of how Gavin said, like, where, like, he wore his sister's dress and, like, you know, all that, like, I was very much so like that, too. I'm a very heavily tomboy, I don't know how to describe it. With my personality, it's just not very shocking. I don't feel like, because especially Anna's like, yeah, you don't have to come out. Like, everyone already knows. Like, everyone knows without even, like, really talking to me. I don't know how they automatically assume that I'm a lesbian. But yeah. I don't know. I feel like it's because, like, you're best friends, right? So your best friends should know, like, if something's off or if something's, like, different or, you know, whatever. So I feel like if they were my best friends for so long, how would they not know? Like, I know I didn't know, but sometimes when you're best friends with someone, then they see things that you don't see. I don't know. There's a girl I was friends with, people in the first grade this year, they came back and they were like, I always thought you were gay. I'm like, what? How did everyone know but me? I know, and I was in the same situation. And I'm like, well, if you knew, you should have told me. Although, like, I mean, that did happen to me when I dated that one guy for, like, a year. He did tell me. He's like, you're gay. Stop dating me. Although, I don't know why he didn't break up with me if he thought I was gay. I don't know. Now that I think about it, I really don't know why he didn't break up with me. I think he was a little bit cuckoo. Well, he was a little bit cuckoo, but that's a whole nother story for another day. There were rumors that Taylor Swift was allegedly dating her former best friend, supermodel Carly Kloss. I think it would be cool if Taylor Swift would be a part of the LGBT community. That would be pretty cool. It would be so much easier to come out when we were... It would be so much easier to come out when we were smaller and new. I don't know. I was just so much a part of it was a real Bible Belt. I grew up in, like I said, the real Bible Belt, and I don't know if that would have been beneficial for me to come out when I was younger. I don't know. Didn't want to hurt your feelings? Mine? I mean, mine aren't hurt. It takes a lot to hurt my feelings. I just take it as, like, conversation. Or, like, question. I don't know. I take it as questions. Or like, you, maybe... I don't know, I was going to say asking statements, but those are questions. The boyfriend, I mean? Oh. No, he wasn't trying to not hurt my feelings. Like I said, that relationship was not a good relationship. But that's a type of relationship that I don't know if I would be able to come out in public and talk about. Because it was not a good relationship. And he, like, holds a status now, so... Yeah, that one. It wasn't to not hurt me. That's all I can say about that. I ended things in that relationship. And it was not because I was gay. It's so quiet in chat now. I don't know why. There's like 12 people, but I don't know. Maybe it's the type of conversation that we're having. I'm not sure. That's why he didn't break up with you? Yeah. Nope. That's not the reason. I could see why normally that could be a situation, but it's not. Who do you think would win, Cade or Ken from the Vampire Diaries and Legacies? Cade or Ken? You have to remind me. Who's Cade? I'm having a debate with myself. Didn't he say you were gay? Yeah, he told me I was gay. Like, every single day that we were together. So he was wanting to continue dating you even though he knew you were gay? Yeah, because he wanted something from me. It wasn't a typical romantic relationship. It was like a toxic relationship. Cade is the devil guy. Cade from the Vampire Diaries. Dude, I really don't remember. Hold on. Oh, okay. I get ya. Kate or Ken? Well, the thing is we don't really know a lot from Ken yet. I don't know. Ken? I don't know. We don't know a lot from Ken yet. As powerful as he is, I guess I'll say Ken. That's crazy shady. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's, I'm really open about my entire life. But I have to be careful with what I say on that situation. Because like I said, he holds like a status now. So, It's one of those types of situations. The fact he's like an evolved god, as I would call him, because he can do anything. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So that's what, if it's like based off of the information that we know so far, then I would say probably him. Stop. Siri's trying to talk. Okay. Well, it's probably about time for me to like start getting ready for bed now. Cuz I have to take care of the dogs and do some stuff before getting ready for bed. But yeah, is there anything that you guys want to talk about before we end the stream? That's what I thought, because we really don't know weaknesses. Yeah. I mean, yeah, no, I was going to say maybe he has a Jinn as his weakness, but I'm not really sure. Besides Malivore? True. There is Malivore. But Malivore is technically gone now, or is he supposed to be? They really fucked up the original storyline in both Vampire Diaries and the originals. Yeah. I liked the beginning of the originals more so than the ending. Like, it just kind of drifted and, like, went downhill a little bit. And I don't know, and that could be maybe why they knew that, too, and then that's when they made the Legacies. Are you excited for OBX3? I am. Yes. You should turn Siri off. Well, the funny thing is like, she never, whenever I'm trying to talk to her, she doesn't ever want to talk back to me. But then she always tries to talk to me when it's super inconvenient. They wouldn't get rid of Malivore. It all comes back to him. Well, technically he's supposed to be dead. I'm hoping that Malivore doesn't come back, because I'm so sick and tired of having Malivore be the villain. That he was the villain for like 3 seasons. So and Nadu, I don't remember who that is. Hold on. It's been a long ass time since I've seen the Vampire Diaries. Oh, the Hollow. Gotcha. Well, I would have gotten that one. I don't know. I love Catherine, though. But I guess eventually she kind of like... I don't know why I just lowered that. I guess eventually she... was... I mean, she wasn't ever really good. But, I don't know. I liked her. I don't know why I lowered my chair just then. Watch The Nevers. You'll be hooked by episode 2 HBO Max. What's that one about? So, I'm trying to think, The Nevers is like female X-Men meets Bridgerton. Ooh, that would be cool. Oh wow, it's 9:30. I know. Almost. That's what I was saying. So, finishing Elite. I guess The Vampire Diaries is skipping this week. I don't know. I'll have to check. Probably, because I haven't heard anything about it. I don't know. I'll have to look. Maybe or maybe not. Maybe or maybe not Legacies. And then starting Heartstopper. Maybe throw in a movie. And then also Gentleman Jack. So we've got like a whole bunch of stuff happening. But yes, The Nevers is great. You should totally watch it. Okay, awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for all of the recommendations. I will check those out. It takes place in the same time period as Bridget. That's interesting. That sounds cool. I've never heard of that before. But anywho's, I am going to jump off. And I feel like that's pretty much it, because I pretty much said my schedule. But yeah, I'm going to try to get Patreon. Oh yeah, let me know how that goes. Did you mention how Stranger Things was going? I did. It's really good. I'm on the second episode of season 3, halfway through. And this season is so far pretty crazy. So yeah, and it's the second episode. But anywho's, I will see you guys next week. I hope you have a good night and a good week. All of that good stuff. But